button, which is what we've been doing this week. It's an upload to YouTube button. And then behind the scenes, and I cut the video a bit because otherwise it would have taken much longer processing. But what it does is it uploads that video to YouTube with our new soundtrack attached. The soundtrack that had never been heard before, and that's the right length for the video because it's written specially for it. And here we go, you should be able to give it a listen. It's a bit jumpy. Not an amazing video, but hopefully that is, that's proper music there. Tune, chord sequence, well, the chord sequence is easy because it's blues, but there's loads of stuff going on there, and that's all just completely unique, never been heard before. That's the idea behind it. So our product is actually an API. It's the underlying code behind our software. We're going to license that to developers, and there are actually a bunch of things that this could go into. I mean, the video market is one, the games market, which I mentioned. There's this rising wave of indie games developers out there who could use music in their games, and also the retail market. Shops, hotels, restaurants, anything that uses music in the background is what we're aiming at. And these are all really big markets of music. £8 billion is spent on music and video every year, $1 billion in games, and $2 billion in retail. There is a lot of money spent on music out there, not by consumers generally, but by these businesses. And so, the way we're actually going to monetize that is in quite a simple manner, really, by licensing on a monthly basis our API. We'll say to developers, you put this in your software, you can use it in whatever way you like, you pay us a license fee. This is something, this is a proven model. APIs people pay money for, music people pay money for. That's how we're going to be monetizing this. And just a word about what's out there at the moment. People have been doing this for a while. I mean, people have been trying this for a while, and our competition kind of falls into two camps. So the people who just create music for video and that sort of thing, which is the current market, like stock music, audio licensors. But that suffers from all the problems that I mentioned earlier. What we're more interested in is the other generative music apps out there, which are things like Bloom and RJDJ. But what these tend to do is they kind of create ambient music, right? Music that's sort of for the background that doesn't really have a tune. What we've been doing and what sets us apart is this trying to get down into the kind of nuts and bolts of how you make a good tune with a computer, and that's really what sets us apart. I'll just mention our team. We're at Cambridge. We have experience at Google in there, and I'm a published composer. That's where the kind of music theoretical knowledge out there. And it's also worth mentioning one of our advisors, who's just this guy, is a great guy, and who actually sold his company to Google. So we've got advice coming in from all sides. And really, I'll just leave you with, I think this is the last slide, with the thought that music is, this idea of computers generating music, it's something that people are starting to think is possible. Sean Parker is one of these people who recently was quoted saying it's only a matter of time before computers will be able to create listenable tunes. Brian Eno is another one who relatively recently said, I really think it's possible our grandchildren will look at us in wonder and say, what, you mean you used to listen to exactly the same thing over and over again? Now, whether or not he's completely right about it, I mean, recorded music is here to stay, and it's an amazing, amazing thing. But generative music is going to come to play a bigger and bigger part in our musical landscape. And what these guys don't know is that we have been working on this, and I think we've proved that computers can write music. So the way we think about it is it's no longer a question of whether or not this is going to happen. It's coming. It's whether or not we're going to be the ones to do it. And I hope I've convinced you that we are. So thank you very much. That's Duke.